I want to work some problems today showing you how to find the area for these normally distributed graphs, okay? And it basically ends up boiling down to kind of three different scenarios. You have the ones where it's kind of like shaded on like the left or the right. And then the third scenario is where you have shaded kind of in between two values right there. So we're going to kind of go through these three problems here and look at how you work each one using StatCrunch. Now, of course, the first thing you want to do is open up StatCrunch. If you use this little drop-down menu from MyLabs, you'll actually be able to open StatCrunch straight from this menu right here. And then once StatCrunch does open up, what I do is it opens as a separate window, but I try to go ahead and position it kind of right side by side my problems so I can kind of see it. And when we want to find normal or calculate the area for normal distributions, you want to go up here where it says stat, go to calculators, and then you want to pick the one that's the normal calculator down here, okay? And once you open up your normal calculator, it is kind of on the standard mode. So standard is really great if you're trying to find shaded area on the left or even the right. You actually pick if it's left side like our problem is here, or the next problem on the right side, you can just change your inequality and it'll do the right side, okay? So standard is what you want to use for those. And then if your problem has like two values that it gives you and once you find the area between them, you'll use the between mode. But we're going to go to standard now and do this first problem right here. This one wants us to find the shaded area, and it says the graph depicts a normal distribution with a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. So the first thing we want to do is make sure we change our mean and our standard deviation on our normal calculator. As you can see, it's already 0 and 1 by default, so we really don't have to change anything as far as that goes. The mean basically tells the graph like where's the center of the normal distribution, and then standard deviation 1 is how kind of spread out is the peak around the center. And then what we want is values less than 0.62. So x less than, we already have less than picked, and then we want to do 0.62. And then once you put all your information in, go ahead and hit compute, and you'll see it gives you the area at the very bottom now, or the probability. That's probability and area are the exact same thing. So this is what we're going to put in, 0.732. If you do 4 decimal places like the problem wants, you'll do 0.7324, like that. Let's do another example problem. So on the next problem, if you look here, we have find the area of the shaded region. This one is mean of 0, standard deviation 1, same thing, except ours is now going to the right. So now we're on standard. We just want to swap our inequality sign to greater than, and then we want to change our number to negative 1.06, just like the problem has. And then once you put that in, hit compute, and it'll give you your area right here. You can see you're at about, it looks very similar to the picture. So negative 1.06. It'll be 0.8554 roughly if you do 4 decimal places. And then the last one I want to show you is the one where you have in between. Now when you have area shaded between two values, and just remember, if you can't see the values well, you can make the graph bigger if you need to, but it looks like the two values are negative 0.85 and 1.27. So if you go to your calculator on StatCrunch, you do have to switch to between mode, and you're going to have to put in your mean and standard deviation, which is 0 and 1, same thing as the other ones. But this one, the lower the x value you start at is negative 0.85, and the x value that you end at is on 1.27. So once you put that info in, now you can hit compute, and it'll give you how much area is, or how much probability, whatever, is between those two values. So if you do 4 decimal places, you'll do 0.7003 on this one. So 0.7003. And that's basically how you do the problems that ask you to find probabilities using StatCrunch.